Hello guys, welcome to another movie in Choti Si Dunya. Let's dive in. Another school project, another trip to the dusty old town library. At least I had my friends with me. Arthur Blackwood, that's me, and my trusty team, Clara Whitmore, Felix Grimsby, and Isla Ravenscroft. Seriously, Arthur Felix groaned, wiping a thick layer of dust off a book and sneezing dramatically. Couldn't we have just used the internet? I think this book is older than my grandpa. Isla giggled. Come on, Felix. Where's your sense of adventure? These old books have character. Clara, ever the sharp one, pointed out. Besides, Mrs. Davison said we needed primary sources, and you can't get more primary than a book that might crumble if you breathe on it too hard. We were supposed to be researching the town's history, but mostly we were just goofing around. I was running my hand along the dark, polished wood of a towering bookshelf when my fingers caught on something. It was a carving, a symbol I'd never seen before, glowing with a faint, pulsing light. Hey guys, look at this. They all gathered around. What is it? Isla asked, her eyes wide with wonder. Clara, never one to hesitate, reached out and pressed the center of the glowing symbol. For a second, nothing happened. Then, with a low groan that echoed through the quiet library, a whole section of the bookshelf swung inwards, revealing a dark, spiral staircase leading down into the unknown. We all stared, completely stunned. The air that drifted up from the opening was cool and smelled of old paper and something else, ... Something like magic. Felix immediately took a step back. Nope, no way. I'm not going down there. What if there are rats? Or spiders? Or ... dusty, ancient rats. Don't be a baby, Felix, Clara said, already peering into the darkness. This is amazing. It's like something out of a book. That's exactly what I'm afraid of. He shot back. I felt a thrill of excitement. This was way better than a history project. Come on, guys. We have to see what's down there. We'll stick together. After a bit more convincing, and my promise to protect Felix from any and all eight-legged creatures, he reluctantly agreed. One by one, with our phone flashlights leading the way, we descended the winding stone steps. The staircase went deeper than we expected, spiraling down into the heart of the earth. Finally, we reached the bottom and stepped into a space that took our breath away. We weren't in a dusty basement. We were in a vast, cavernous hall. Candles floated in midair, casting a warm, golden glow on towering shelves that reached up into a domed ceiling painted with swirling galaxies. And the books, thousands of them, millions of them. And they weren't silent. A soft, gentle whispering filled the air, like the rustling of 1,000 turning pages. Whoa, ... double quotes, Isla whispered, her voice full of awe. As we walked deeper into the hall, we noticed some books weren't just sitting on shelves. A few of them fluttered around like birds, their pages flapping like wings. One small red book perched on a railing suddenly let out a tiny sneeze, sending a puff of glittering dust into the air. Felix actually jumped back, which made Isla and me laugh. Clara had wandered over to a grand stone archway and was tracing her fingers over an inscription carved into the stone. Guys, listen to this, she called out. It says, "Every story is a world. Open wisely." Her words sent a shiver down my spine. What did that even mean? My eyes were drawn to a pedestal in the center of the room. On it rested a single, large, leather-bound book. It seemed different from the others, older, and it was giving off a faint, gentle light, almost like it was breathing. I felt an irresistible pull towards it. Without thinking, I walked over, my friends following close behind. The book was heavy in my hands, its cover smooth and worn with age. A strange energy seemed to hum beneath my fingertips. Arthur, maybe you shouldn't, Isla said, her voice a little nervous. But it was too late. Curiosity got the better of me. I opened the book. The moment the clasp sprung open, a sudden, powerful gust of wind erupted from the pages. It wasn't a normal wind. It was a whirlwind of colors, letters, and images that spun around us, lifting us right off our feet. We yelled in surprise, grabbing onto each other as the magical vortex pulled us towards the book. The pages glowed with an impossibly bright light, and then, with a final, mighty pull, we were sucked inside. The world dissolved into a blinding white light. One moment we were spinning in a magical library. The next, we were tumbling through the air, landing with a soft thud on grassy ground. We scrambled to our feet, dizzy and disoriented, and stared around in disbelief. We were no longer in the library. We were standing in the middle of a bustling medieval village. Cobblestone streets were filled with people in rustic clothes. Knights in shining armor patrolled the walls of a nearby castle, and the air smelled of wood smoke and freshly baked bread. Felix looked around, his mouth hanging open. Did we ... Did we just fall into a book? Before any of us could answer, a friendly-looking woman carrying a basket of apples stopped and smiled at us. "Welcome, travelers of the Enchanted Library," she said, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. Her smile faded slightly as she added, "But beware, for some stories are dangerous." Her warning hung in the air as she walked away. We looked at each other, a mix of fear and excitement in our eyes. This was real. We were inside a story. As we started to walk through the village, trying to get our bearings, a massive shadow suddenly passed over us, momentarily blotting out the sun. We looked up, but there was nothing there. It was Clara who put the pieces together first. Her face went pale. "Guys, the book didn't just pull us in," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "When we opened it, I think. It also let something out." Just then, a chilling voice seemed to slither through the air, a whisper that came from everywhere and nowhere at once. "At last, I am free." My head whipped around, and in the distance, perched on the highest tower of the castle, I saw a flickering dark silhouette. It was there for just a second before it vanished, but the image was burned into my mind. A feeling of pure dread washed over me. We weren't just on an adventure. We were in trouble. We were not alone in this story, and whatever had escaped with us was not friendly. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is just the beginning of our adventure. What do you think will happen next? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss episode 2. See you next time.